Hey, Mrs. B here. Right, we're going to have a look at the grid method for multiplication. 2 digits times 2 digits, 72 times 36. We now have to partition 72 into 70 and 2, 36 into 30 and 6. We're going to record on a grid like this. Multiply them. 72 becomes 70 and 2. 36 becomes 30 and 6. 70 is 7 times 10. 30 is 3 times 10. That's going to help us understand how to make the answers bigger here on the grid. So we're starting with 30 times 70. That's quite hard to do, so we look at 3 times 7, which we know is 21. We know that 30 times 7 then is 10 times bigger, so that's 210. We know that 30 times 70 is 10 times bigger, so it's 2100. We're going to look at 30 times 2, which is 60, because that's, we can say double, or we can say 3 times 2 is 6. 30 is 10 times bigger, so 6 is 10 times bigger. Now let's look at the 6 for 36. So we're here. 6 times 7, I know, is 42. This is where the times tables videos will come in helpful, folks. 6 times 70 is 10 times bigger, so that becomes 420. Now we're looking at 6 times 2, which is 12. Now we need to give a total of each row. Some children might add the columns instead, but either way is fine. 2100 plus 60 is 2160. 420 plus 12 is 432. I'm going to try to use here thousands, hundreds, tens and ones columns, so my place value is important here. So that becomes 432. 2 goes in the ones column, 3 for 30 goes in the tens, and the 4 for hundreds goes here. Now we need to total each of the row to find the total answer. 0 plus 2 is 2, 6 plus 3 is 9, 1 plus 4 is 5, 2 plus 0 is 2. So the total of 72 times 36 is 2592. Okay, here we are again. 3 digits multiplied by 2 digits this time. Okay, so again we need a grid, but this time our grid's going to be bigger. So we're going to have 3 columns for the hundreds, 200, tens and the ones, and 26 is 26. 200 is 2 times 100. 40 is 4 times 10 and 3, and 20 is 2 times 10, just to give us that understanding. We're going to look at 20 times 200, so we know that 2 times 2 is 4. We know that 20 is 10 times bigger, so 20 times 2 is 40. We know that 200 is 100 times bigger, so that becomes 4000. Now we're going to look at 20 times 40, or we could look at 6 times 200. Either way, it doesn't matter, as long as we get the correct answers in the boxes on the grid. 20 times 40, 2 times 4 is 8. 20 times 4 is 80. 20 times 40, that's 10 times bigger again, is 800. 20 times 3 we can break down as 2 times 3, which is 6. We know that 20 is 2 times 10, so that needs to be 10 times bigger, that becomes 60. Onto the bottom row, 6 times 200, well, we know that 6 times 2 is 12. Again, those times tables facts coming in here. Have a look at the times tables games if you're not sure. Play those until you get much quicker. That's for the grown-ups as well, don't be scared. So 6 times 2 is 12. 6 times 200 is 100 times bigger, so 12 becomes 100 times bigger as well. 6 times 40, or 6 times 4, is 24. 6 times 40 is 10 times bigger, so the answer's 10 times bigger, becomes 240. 6 times 3, 18. Now, same as before, we're going to add up each row. If your child prefers, add each column, and then a total underneath. This way we've got 2 at the moment, so 4000 plus 800 plus 60. keeping our place value in those columns, 4,860. Bottom row, 1,200 or 1,200 plus 240 plus 18 becomes 1,450. Correction, 58. See, even teachers make mistakes. And we've not kept that in order there of that place value. It should be here. Do apologise. In fact, let's cross that out and we'll write it again. 1,458. Don't scribble, whatever you do. We don't scribble, we just cross out. 0 plus 8 is 8. 6 plus 5 is 11. Carry 1 underneath to the hundreds column. 8 plus 4 is 12, plus the one we carried, so that's 13. Carry the 1 over to the thousands column. 4 plus 1 is 6. So the answer to 243 times 26 is 6,318. Hope that's helped.